Did that thumbnail get you? Yes, guys, welcome back. So, look at that little bee up the liatris. I've just planted these verbena right here, and the bees are already just all over them. And I've not even watered them in yet. I've literally just planted them. So I've got 2 more to go here. I'm on 1%, so I'm gonna have to go and charge this up. But basically, having the verbena here, I was just like, you know what, I need some more there. And I've also got these dahlias here to plant, and I'm going to plant them in those spaces we spoke about where the tubers of those. I'm back. My camera died, so the battery went. Apologies for that, but let me turn you around. They don't look as good now. They've had a few days out in the sun, but these are the dahlias that I planted to replace the others. I'll start to deadhead them now. Yeah, the rose hairs come out. Looks incredible. I love it. It's really cool. And the gladioli are all coming out with the liatris, and the bees are loving those liatris. You can see them buzzing around. The lobelia, I'm sure it's lobelia, is coming out, which is really cool. So I've come out to have a little bit of time in the garden. Now, I wanted my next video to be me tidying up the bin store and then showing you how it looks just after a year. But so I ran with my little boy the other night, and my Achilles it just swelled up. So I've been feeling a little bit sorry for myself the last few days. So I thought, what better way to stop yourself from, when you feel a little bit sorry for yourself, get out in your garden, spend a little bit of time out there, and it will make you feel better, doesn't it? It always does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my tomatoes and do a few little bits around the garden, show you what I'm doing, and then next video I'll show you the bins, because there's been loads of interest in that on Instagram and on here. I'll show you that they pull out totally fine. I'll show you the clearance and all that sort of stuff. So and yeah, give you an update. I do need to like give it a little bit more compost and put a few geraniums in for this year. So yeah, we'll get that done. Hollyhocks are still looking amazing, obviously. So yeah, let's get to it. So this is my veg patch. I don't know whether I've shown you this lately. Got the Elysium here looking amazing. The marigolds in there as well. Runner beans are running up these sticks really well. Now I haven't tied in my tomatoes at all. These ones I've not even put the string there. Basically, I saw Hugh's video and he spoke about not tying in your tomatoes straight away, so the stems get a little bit strong themselves. So I tied in this one the other day. That's the first one I've tied in. Now let me tell you, annoyingly, so what I do is I get this and I plant it underneath the tomato plant when I plant. Now this, because I presume because it's been so wet, the string has just snapped in quite a few places. So there, here, when I went to tie in that one, it just snapped in my hand. So I'm going to probably, on a lot of them, have to do like some sort of retie like this bit here, which is really frustrating. It means that it just hangs forward a little bit, because what I do as well is I take off the first few branches so that when I water, the leaves aren't getting wet, to try and avoid getting blight. So yeah, I'm going to tidy this up. The chocolate cosmos is out. So this is a pink chocolate cosmos, came out this year. I think it come third in Chelsea Flower Show Plant of the Year. It might come second, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, awesome plant. And you can see that I've not done very well at helping them grow. They've just been in my shed, in my greenhouse. What I'm going to do is the sweet peas are looking absolutely awful now. They got loads of aphids on them as they just started to look really good, so I was a little bit disappointed. I'm going to rip them out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the bottom one of this and then put a stick there so that the cosmos can just come up here. So that'll look cool. One thing I think looks really cool at the minute, and I can't wait to see when it properly does it, is the gladioli growing out of the miscanthus. it looks like that miscanthus is going to have massive flower heads. That's what it looks like. So yeah, that's going to look really cool. And then yeah, sweet peas here. This one hasn't been hit by the aphids as bad. So what I might do is, I never bothered tying these ones in, so I'm going to tie these in, turn it round, and then have the cosmos at the front sort of growing up probably. So yeah, that's how it's looking. Let's get these tomatoes sorted, guys. So answer me this: who loves the smell of tomato leaves? I love it so much. When I rip the leaves off, you've got that smell still on you. I just love it. Now I don't know whether you're going to see something here that you might not want to, so apologies in advance. It's a bit of a precarious situation. I thought I'm going to pull something. Right. Let's rip those branches off. Right, so I have to put my foot in this. Oh. Whose idea was it to make this bed so deep? I don't know. Tell I made that decision having not much experience in growing my own food. Oh man. So it's great to have like the extra space normally for courgettes, but as I said a few videos ago, didn't manage to get any courgette plants this year and I was too late sowing them. But personally, I would be happy with some tomato plants at the back, and then the Elysium and marigolds, maybe a bit of what the nasturtiums, maybe a bit of basil. But I decided I would make the bed quite deep so I could grow different things, and then just didn't really think about having to sort of lean over. Normally I probably would lean over, but you guys don't want to see me just bent over this, do you? Yeah, this is just riding on. These have grown so much in the last couple of weeks. It's crazy. Good job. Right, this one, the same's happened. So, to be honest, this one's tiny. I don't know how well this one's going to do. Over there. So yeah, as I say, I really wanted to show you guys the bin shelter, like an update. And you know, like usually it's the fact that I've not got time to get out sometimes because of work. But this week it's just because rubbish. This week it's just because I was feeling a bit sorry for myself. So booked in for physio next week, and hopefully we'll get it sorted. Coming back in no time, doing silly videos. So the annoying thing about this is this twine. Usually I use string, and I think I'm going to go back to it next year because this twine just snaps. Quite annoying. Right, next one. I might cut a bit of this out, guys, because it's probably a bit boring for you. Because my tomatoes are behind this year, one thing I've decided is, do you know those little side shoots that you normally, they're called suckers, people call them suckers. you normally rip them off, don't you? I did a video on it the other week, and you can like root them. Well, this year I'm going to leave those on. Like I'm not going to take them off, just so I can try and get as many tomatoes as I can, as quick as I can. Because I had a video pop up the other day where, like, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, I was like tucking into like every tomato now, and this year we're like only just getting flowers. Ridiculous. Is I always plant these tomatoes too close together, and I think to myself like next year I'm going to do it further apart, and then when it comes round, so we can be like playing all underneath them. Wait for it to go. Oh, get up. Yeah, so when the didn't want to do that. So when the next year comes round, start planting out my tomatoes, and then I think, yeah, it'll be alright, bang them in, it'll be alright. And then all of a sudden, after a few weeks, I think, flipping heck, like, I should have planted them further apart. And it happened again this year, and because they were so small when I was planting them out, I just thought, yeah, it'll be alright. I know normally, like, I've planted them out a little bit further apart in recent years, but they're that small this year, do you know what I mean? You just, it suckers you in. There we go. So they are all tied in. Now I'll show you, I'll give you a closer look. I'll do it on this one because this is how it should have been done. So you can see the string goes down underneath the tomato. So I've planted the tomato on top of that string, and then the string just winds its way around the plant up to there. So basically, as this plant keeps on going, you just wrap it round like so, so that eventually they get all the way to the top. So yeah, obviously with it, with them snapping is a little bit harder, especially if you sort of take those bottom bits off. So yeah, some of them are a little bit of a dog's dinner this year, but at the end of the day, it's been one of those years, hasn't it? So there's no point getting too upset. Right, I'm gonna get these planted up into here. This little guy has just given me the scare of my life. Don't know whether that is focused, but I just went to start sorting these sweet peas out, and he jumped out, jumped up. He must have been buried under that little bit of scrap wood that had fallen down there. Bless him. Oh my word, I literally shouted like, whoa! Scared me so bad. Right, I might leave that for the time being. I don't want to disturb him, so I think I'm just going to put it back. Or what I might do is, it's this side that has sort of died off, so I don't want to disturb him because it's all concrete around here. So the frogs, they like to live amongst this. They love it, Crocosmia. Especially in the winter, they hide all amongst this, so he'll love this little area. I don't really want to disturb him. So all done, guys. I just chucked them in here in the ends. Been a bit all over the place. Hopefully they'll start to grow up a little bit as they get a little bit of sun. I left these sweet peas. The frog is still there, he's gone back in. So I don't know if you can see him just under that little bit of bark. So yeah, I think what I'll do in the end, I'll just cut them down if they get any more ugly. I just didn't want to disturb them. Yes guys, we will leave it there. Next time we will take a look at the bin shelter after a year of having it, and I'll give it a little bit of needed TLC. Thank you for watching again. If you can like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, but more importantly, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you on the next one.